I was at the gym the other day, and during my workout I found myself a little on the way of a guy that I often meet and with whom I sympathize. I apologize and tell him, "Oh, sorry, maybe you need this bench here." And he answers me immediately in French, "But no, you're so beautiful anyway that I can't refuse you anything." I replied to him, "Oh, thank you very much, that's very kind. Thank you, thank you." And he immediately said to me, "But it's true. I'm saying out loud what everyone is thinking. My friend over there, he told me, 'Oh, the friend that you're talking to, she's so beautiful.'" And he continues by saying, "And I told him, well, you should tell her rather than hiding." And I answered him, "Yes, you're right, it's true, it must be said, it is so nice to hear." Without knowing it, this man, through his compliments, put me in a much better mood than I was before coming. This morning I woke up tired, I was going to have my period soon and I felt heavy. I looked at myself in the gym mirror and judged myself old and bloated. And in less than 3 minutes he awakened my inner smile, simply by being generous and spontaneous in his words without worrying about how I would receive it. This reminded me of something a close friend confided to me some time ago. He told me, "You know, these days it's much more difficult as a man to approach a woman and compliment her in a public place without taking the risk of being accused of sexual harassment. Men are afraid to approach women now." I find that sad, and the question to ask is not so much how we got here, but rather how to re-establish trust, fun, and the willingness to connect with each other organically. We are organic beings, and I strongly believe that we need to connect with each other organically. Men and women need to meet again in an innocent, spontaneous, and caring way. The digital world has unfortunately taken a place too important in our lives and deprives us of this spontaneity. It can of course serve as a getaway to encounters, but it should not completely replace reality because it limits us to a certain level of communication and prevents us from going deeper in the encounter with others. Don't you notice that a real face-to-face conversation is much more nourishing than through a screen? I can't speak for all women, but personally, I am much more nourished when I receive a compliment directly from a person in front of me rather than on my phone. And I admire a man who has the courage to come see me to compliment me. When it's done in an innocent way, I receive the compliment for what it is, an encouraging and positive word that takes me out of my isolation. So I would like to invite you all, dear men and women, to lift your head and smile at your neighbor. See how this can transform your day and your life.